Theory resources. The social learning theory. Teachers have long acknowledged the significance of having learners work together in groups to accomplish particular kinds of learning tasks. Students profit from hearing viewpoints other than their own and often bring dissimilar strengths to an intricate and lengthy activity. However, a social theory of learning reflects a fundamentally different view, where knowledge is a matter of competence with respect to valued enterprise, and knowing is a matter of participating in the pursuit of such enterprise. Vygotsky developed a social development theory. He was a Russian psychologist. He lived from 1896 through 1934. Now, in his social development theory, he argues that social interaction precedes development. Consciousness and cognition is the end product of socialization and social behavior. Vygotsky developed a socio-cultural approach to cognitive development. He developed these theories at around the same time as Jean Piaget was developing his theories also. This was in 1920s and the 1930s. But he died at the age of 38, so his theories are incomplete. Vygotsky believed that young children are curious and actively involved in their own learning and the discovery and development of new understandings. However, Vygotsky placed more emphasis on social contributions to the process of development, whereas Piaget emphasized self-initiated discovery. Vygotsky had three major themes. His interaction plays a fundamental role in the process of cognitive development. Vygotsky felt social learning precedes development. He stated that every function in the child's cultural development appears twice, first on the social level and later on the individual level, first between people and then inside the child itself. More knowledgeable other, or what we call the MKO. The MKO refers to anyone who has a better understanding or a higher ability level than the learner. Well, with this concept, this means this could be anybody. It could be a coach, a teacher, a parent, or even a peer of the student, and sometimes even a younger person, younger than the student or the person learning, or even the computer. Proximal development. In the zone of proximal development is the distance between a student's ability to perform a task under adult guidance and the student's ability to solve the problem independently. See the placement of that zone of proximal development. It's four stages that we're talking about here. But in stage 1 and 2 is the zone of proximal development. After that, we're internalizing what we learn, we're automating it, we're fossilizing it, and then we're like de-automation. We break it down again and we go back and we reuse the information that we learned. And at that point, we're starting to develop true social learning skills. But now, the author, or should we say the father of the social learning theory himself, would be Albert Bandura. Bandura's theory states that people learn from one another via observation, imitation, and modeling. Albert Bandura's social learning theory stressed the importance of observational learning. Learning would be exceedingly laborious, he said, if we had to rely solely on our own actions and what we were informed with to answer a question or to perform a task. His theory integrated a continuous interaction between behaviors, cognitions, and the environment. And he had necessary conditions for effective modeling of his theory. One of them is attention. And he said that various factors increase or decrease the amount of attention paid. It includes distinctiveness, affective valence, prevalence, complexity, functional values. These are the things that kind of grasp the attention, your arousal level, the perpetual set, the past reinforcement. All these things affect your attention. And another condition is retention, remembering what you paid attention to. This includes symbolic coding, mental imaging, cognitive organization. You know, Retention. You must retain things in order to have this as an effective model. And reproduction. Can you reproduce the images, including physical capabilities and self observation of reproduction? And lastly, motivation. Having a good reason to imitate. This includes motives such as APAS, the traditional behaviorism, promised imagined incentives, and vicarious scenes and recallings, the reinforced model. Now, Albert Bandura held that aggression is cultured through a process called behavioral modeling. He believed that persons do not really inherit violent tendencies, but they model them after three principles. Bandura argued that people, especially children, acquire aggressive reactions from observing others, either firsthand or through mass media and the environment.